Welcome to our Friday Tech Talk. This is a weekly presentation we have to talk about some of the features within our ConnectALL product. Today we're going to talk about user management within ConnectALL. Just a little bit of background about ConnectALL. It's a value stream integration tool. We support out of the box over 35 different applications we can integrate with. It has real-time bidirectional synchronization, requirement traceability, some leading innovations within ConnectALL. We have a patent pending universal adapter, which allows you to integrate it with most any product that has a REST API. We also have a collaborative value stream visualizer that I'll show you during the demo. And we also support analytics where you can grab data from your applications and produce metrics reports on them. So some of the features of within ConnectALL, of course, we have our dashboard so we can see in real time what's going on with the product. You can create new value maps between applications to synchronize the data as integrations. Or you can manage all of your connections between your different applications, visualize that message flow, that process flow between your applications, and also some metrics, some reporting. So it provides a single scalable platform with integration, metrics reporting, value stream management. It facilitates a distributed collaboration between the different teams within your enterprise, which of course derives transparency, efficiency, and optimization through metrics. So today we're going to talk about user management within ConnectALL in a managed service environment. So the scenario that we're talking about is maybe a cloud provider and they want to install ConnectALL on one of their cloud servers, and they want to invite their many customers to use that multi-tenant environment to synchronize data between applications. And usually that data needs to be siloed or hidden from each of the customers. So you might have a customer that wants to integrate their Jira and their ServiceNow, and another customer might integrate, I don't know, 3 Jiras and a Micro Focus. So each of the different customers don't want to share the data. They want to have their own independent view as if they have their own ConnectALL server. So that's what we're going to look at today, is how they would manage that kind of environment. So when you first log into ConnectALL, this is the user interface that you see. This is what we call our value stream dashboard. And as you can see, we have a lot of connections represented by each of these circles. And then the lines represent a value stream map or an integration between these applications. So if you have a lot of customers and a lot of integrations in place, this view can be very confusing if you're trying to manage this all yourself. So one thing you can do with user management is we have different roles. So maybe you want to assign the responsibility of managing some of the integrations to maybe some of the admins that work for you. But a more common scenario is a new customer comes on board to your cloud and you want to give them the ability to manage their own integrations. So let me show you how you would go about doing that. So the technique to do that is use what we call user management. So within user management, we have you can create additional users, and their credentials can be stored in this local ConnectALL database, or if you want, you could hook it up to your LDAP and use LDAP to store all the credentials securely. We also have each user can be assigned a different role. When you first install ConnectALL, the admin is in the CA admin role. There's only one user in the CA admin role. They're always called admin, and they can manage anything. They can manage connections to LDAP, connections to your applications, to the database. They can change any of the connection settings, but of course you don't want to let just anyone be able to have that ability. So you can create other users, and as you can see, we've created a number of users here in the admin role. And in the admin role, you can pretty much do everything except you can't manage the server itself. You can't change what database it talks to, for example. But you can create new connections, you can create new value stream integrations as an administrator. On the other end, a user can simply see the integrations that they have access to via their group, and I'll show you in a minute how you set up the groups. So a user can only see the integration they have access to, and like the field mapping, so they can figure out what fields are going to be mapped between their application and another application. And then sort of in the middle, you have editor and contributor. So editor can do a lot of things with application links. They can create new application links. They can create new connections. And then the contributor, they can use existing connections, but they can modify their application links. So the other component or part of this puzzle are the users' groups. So when you create a user, you decide what group they want to be in, and then the group can define which application links that user will have access to, and also licensing. We can also tie the licensing to the user's group. So for example, maybe you have a new customer comes on board to your cloud instance and they want to synchronize maybe Azure DevOps with ALM. So you would create a license for them that specifies how many connections they can have, how many records they can synchronize between their two applications they want to sync. So their license is separate from everybody else's license on the integration. So that's the overall idea of user management. Let me show you an example of that. So like I said at the beginning, the super admin, they can see all of the integrations that are available on the ConnectALL server. So then if we would log out of this and we would log into one of the other users like a widget admin, let me get the password right here. So the widget admin, you know, maybe the widget, maybe that's the name of your customer, widget. So they could log in and now they can see their subset of all of the integrations that only apply to them. In other words, what integrations have been created with the group that that user is in. So as you can see, we could look at metrics, we can create new connections. If we look at the connections, we can say the connections are also tied to a group. So that's how we lock it down and make it appear that this is a multi-tenant environment. So let's look at another level of user. This is the widget editor. And here we can do a little bit less, but we can do more than just view application links. So here we can see the widget editor. This is the only application link they have access to. They can look at the connections, create new connections. They can create new integrations with the products that they're allowed to integrate with. And then last of all, the last role is our reader. They only have read permission to be able to see the integrations that they have access to. They cannot create new integrations. They cannot modify existing integrations, but it might be useful for them to go in and look at their integrations and see, well, what application links do they have? What data is being synchronized between those applications, the fields and the two applications? But as you notice, there's no modify here, so they cannot modify their application links. So that's an overall view of how we manage users and groups and permissions within ConnectALL. Again, as you could tell, these were the people that would log into the ConnectALL console. They're not the users in your applications, but they're your people that are in your IT support organization. So I hope that helps to explain user management. If you have any more questions, you can look on our website at www.connectall.com. And if you're interested in ConnectALL as a product within your enterprise, please reach out to sales@connectall.com. Thank you for your time today.